9. It's not just a number, it's a bloodline. Having your name on a car means something. To me, it means people are counting on you to get it done. So you've got to hate losing as much as you love to win. When it's your name on that car, you've got to dig deep. When you've got a name people know, you've got a responsibility, expectations to live up to, even a few haters to prove wrong. You can't run from your name. You've got to be proud of it and honor your history. But you've got to add to that legacy no matter how big it is. It's a fire that drives you. Making sure that name can mean as much today as it always has. Nine. It's not just a number, It's a bloodline. Having your name on a car means something. To me, it means people are counting on you to get it done. So you've got to hate losing as much as you love to win. When it's your name on that car, you've got to dig deep. When you've got a name people know, you've got a responsibility, expectations to live up to, even a few haters to prove wrong. You can't run from your name. You've got to be proud of it and honor your history. But you've got to add to that legacy no matter how big it is. It's a fire that drives you. Making sure that name can mean as much today as it always has.
Hey Dixie Vodka 400 VIPs, I'm Mati, founder of Dixie Vodka. On behalf of the whole Dixie Vodka team, I'd like to welcome you to our virtual pre-race party and thank you for joining in the fun ahead of the Dixie Vodka 400 at Homestead Miami Speedway. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking forward to listening in on the Q&A with Chase Elliott and the behind-the-scenes tour of everything it took to get his Hooters Chevy ready for the race. I've already fixed myself a Speedway cocktail, so I'm ready to get this party started. So without further ado, meet Victoria Herrera and the Hooters girls who will MC our party this afternoon. Take it away, Victoria. Cheers, y'all.
Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria Herrera, Promotions Manager at Hooters. And my friends and I are honored to be your hosts for this event. We are so thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to join us, and we hope by the end of the race, we've made you feel like the special VIP that you are.
As a guest of our virtual event, you'll get inside access with an up-close look at the number 9 Chevy, along with a fire suit and helmet that our driver wears on race day.
Next, you'll meet Alan Gustafson, crew chief of the number 9 Hooters team, who will give us some tips on what to expect from his team at Homestead, along with what it's been like to go back to racing during these different times.
Then, we'll head out to the track to hear from a member of Chase Elliott's pit crew. He will talk through the key components of the pit box and the view from pit road.
Finally, we'll check in with our driver himself and ask him to answer some of your questions. Thanks again for those of you who submitted them earlier. Once the race starts, we'll still be here watching with you, listening to Chase on the scanner and throwing out an occasional trivia question. We're excited for a great Dixie Vodka 400. Well, like I've said, we've got a full schedule today. So first up, I'd like to send it over to our friends at Hendrick Motorsports for a behind-the-scenes look at that number 9 Hooters Chevy. Take it away, guys.
Hey, Hooter and Dixie Vodka guests. My name is Scott Honan, the interior specialist from the 9 Hooters Chevrolet, and today we're going to talk about some of the things that Chase uses when he goes racing. First thing we're going to talk about is his fire suit. It's a 3-layer Alpine Star fire suit that's mandated by NASCAR. The suit is made to where it has cuffs to help keep the fire outside of the fire suit if it were ever needed in the case of an emergency. The suit is also prepared with a small port to help Chase stay cool during the race. Inside of this fire suit is a thing that we call a chibi vest. It sits there against his torso and pumps air against his skin to help keep him cool. Next thing we'll talk about are his gloves. The gloves are also 3-layer. They help in case of an emergency of fire. The cuff will go over the arm of the fire suit and help seal off any entrance to his body. Next, we'll talk about his helmet. His helmet is an Arai GP6 painted by Frank at R-Star Design in Australia. And as you can tell, his artwork is second to none. The helmet, as you can see here, has an air port on the top of it. This allows us to pump air into his helmet during the race to help keep Chase cool and his body temperature low. Next, you'll see we have a tinted visor. This is a visor that we run mostly in the daytime, bright sunshine. Then from there, we have an option to go to a tear-off that we would run from races that go from daytime to nighttime. He would just simply pull this tab during the race once it's too dark, and he then has this visor, which is a clear visor, which if we start when we know it's going to be absolute darkness, we will start with this visor and go from there. Next, we have Chase's earplugs. These allow him to communicate with his spotter and his crew chief. These are probably one of the most important factors of all the things that we have in the race car. Without these, NASCAR will not allow us to go racing. So that's everything Chase needs to go racing. I hope you guys enjoy the Dixie Vodka 400 and enjoy your day.
Thanks, guys. That car sure does look sweet. Can't wait to see it on the track today. Now we're going to hear from Alan Gustafson, crew chief of the number 9 Hooter Chevy. Alan took some time earlier this week to give us an update from his point of view. Let's hear what Alan had to say.
So this season so far has gone pretty well. I mean, we have had really good performance. A lot of speed out of our cars. Been in the mix for opportunities to win. Certainly, when at Charlotte was a high point, and it's been good. There's been some low points. Although around good performance, certainly feel bad not to win at Darlington and the other Charlotte race, and had a good shot at Bristol too. So you feel like you let something go with those races, but just motivation and fuel to get fired up to go back and try to do it again. Yeah, so COVID-19's been a huge
We are now joined by
for-
TJ Simke, the jackman on the number 9 Hooter Chevy, coming to us straight from the track. TJ, can you tell us a little bit about your role as a jackman and a little behind the scenes look about where you're located right now?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Chase Elliott's jackman. We actually just got to the track. I'm out here on pit road, if you could see that. Right behind me is the grandstands, which unfortunately are going to be pretty empty today. But like you said, Chase is jackman. So if you're watching today and you see someone running out there with the jack, that'd be me.
Awesome. I love it. How's the weather holding up so far?
Really good, actually. We were down here yesterday too, and we thought we were going to get a little bit wet, but it's nice out. I don't know if you can see there's a little bit of sun poking out. So it's good for now, but I'm not sure. Later it looks like a little bit of rain, but we're good to go for now.
Awesome. Is there anything right now in the pit box or in your surrounding area, any tools you could possibly show us that you usually use?
Yeah, so right now is a little bit different because there's actually an Xfinity race before our race. So our pit box hasn't been set up yet, but you could take a look at there's some people kind of have their tires laying around a little bit, and there's other teams' pit boxes set up, which is where they keep all their tools, and that's where we basically work out of during the race. So all our tools and stuff right now are kind of off to the side because there's an Xfinity race before us, which is rare. But normally we'd have our pit box set up, our tires all laid out, but we're just kind of sitting around waiting right now. So glad to be talking to you.
Awesome. So I want to get to know you a little bit more. How long have you been working at Hendrick Motorsports now?
I got to Hendrick in September of 2016. So I'm relatively new in the game. A lot of guys on my team have been doing it for a long time. So they've all been doing it for about 10 plus years. So I'm the rookie on the team. So I get all the rookie hazing, but it's fun. I definitely love it.
Awesome. And how can someone get into something like this?
That's a great question. So the way I got into it was I played football at the University of Kansas, and they kind of look for ex-athletes and things like that. But they have a lot of different programs, different places. Hendrick kind of goes out and finds guys and takes them through a combine, see how fast they are, how high they can jump, and they kind of select people that way. So I was fortunate enough to kind of fell into my lap, and it kind of found me. They came out and found me while I was at Kansas and asked if this is something I would want to do. And I said, I don't really know much about it, but sure, why not? And fell into it, and I love it. Loved it every day since I've been out here doing it. But if people are interested in getting involved in it, there's a lot of different programs that can get you started and get you into it.
That's awesome. So, one quick question. Are you adjusting to the mask?
You know what? I find myself getting tired more quick, and I've noticed myself chewing a lot more gum. I think if you got some bad breath, you'll find out pretty darn quick that you got it. So I've been chewing a lot of gum, and I feel like I've been getting hot quicker, but it's I haven't had to trim my facial hair quite as much. I've been able to kind of hide behind the mask, which has been nice.
Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to tell us or fill in any of our viewers?
Oh no, I'm just excited to be out here today. We have an awesome looking car today. I don't know if you guys have seen the car or not, but it's probably my favorite paint scheme car that I've ever seen. It's awesome. It's actually the background on our computer screen that we watch our pit stops on. So we've been looking at that car forever. Like, when are we going to race that freaking Hooters car? You know what I'm saying? And so we finally got to see it in the shop this week. So if you guys haven't seen that car, you're going to be pretty excited when it rolls out there and you see it on the track. It's an awesome looking car, and it's going to be an awesome race today. We're excited about it.
That's awesome. On our end, I mean, we were so excited to have our fans voting for that scheme, and for all of us, it was pretty much a clear winner. It's definitely amazing. But definitely, I wanted to thank you so much for your time. It was really cool hearing about all of this firsthand, and we really hope you have a great day out there.
Absolutely. Thank you guys too for supporting us and helping us have such an awesome car. And we're very thankful for you guys and our partnership with you guys. And we're excited for the race today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we're going to go talk to NASCAR's most popular driver who will pilot the number 9 Hooter Chevy today in the Dixie Vodka 400. Please help me welcome Chase Elliott.
There. We are in the hospitality room. We have Chase Elliott. I am Hannah from Hooters. And we have a couple of questions from the fans that we would like to ask you, Chase. So our first one, this is Nicholas from Oregon.
How would you recommend someone get started racing?
How would you recommend? First off, this is the virtual meeting room. Let's get that right here. Definitely not in Miami, but yeah, it's a good question. And honestly, I think it really depends on where you live. I think throughout the country, there's a lot of different places that people live, and there's a lot of different racing that might be popular or not popular in that region. Sorry, there's a race going on this morning, but just really depends on where you live. Like, I think dirt racing is really big, kind of up in the, in the Northeast and out West a lot. Asphalt late model racing is really popular down South. So I think whatever's popular, if you can get into that and get going in it, because whatever's popular is going to be the most competitive, and you want to be challenged, and that's the only way to get better.
Awesome. Very cool. And we got our next one. It is another video question from George in Pennsylvania.
Chase, George Voles here. If you had to use one driver's voice as a ringtone for calls that you do not want to answer, which driver would that be?
Probably Joey Logano. I don't really want to hear his voice at all, to be honest with you. So if I didn't want to pick up, I'd say if he started talking, I probably wasn't going to answer.
Wonderful. Love it. Did not disappoint. Our next question is from Kenny in Iowa. It says, do you love Hooters for their hot wings or for the girls? And don't worry, we won't tell your mom what you answered.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. I do like girls for sure. Big fan. But I do like their food. I do think their food has come a long way. I mean, I go eat it. Like, I would go eat at Hooters even if it wasn't a sponsor of mine. So I feel like it's a win-win.
Beautiful answer. Love it. What's your favorite wing sauce?
Wing sauce. I mean, that's tough. You guys always ask me this, and like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to single out one thing because it's all pretty good, and it depends on the mood. So I'm not going to put myself in that spot today. I'm outsmarting that question. I'm done with it.
All right. Very diplomatic. Our next question is from Martin in South Carolina.
Chase, since there's no qualifying and no practice, do you do anything different to prepare yourself for the race?
No, the prep is really no different, surprisingly. I mean, I feel like the prep work that we do to start these races has been as if we were fixing to start practice, and you just kind of hope that you have things as close as you can get them for race, but honestly, really similar. And yeah, all the work is really done throughout the week, and when the race starts, you kind of have what you have, minus some small things here and there. But for the most part, it's all done.
All right. And the next question, it is actually his birthday. So happy birthday. This is Gator Mike.
Hey Chase, man, I missed the Miami race. That was my birthday weekend. We had our race tickets, hotel booked, and everything. Man, was for there. I just wondering, what, especially when you win, getting out of your car and seeing no fans in the stands. I mean, how much does that take away from your victory? Thanks, man. Skater Mike here.
Yeah, good question. It's definitely a little weird. And honestly, up until Charlotte and winning there, the racing without people in the stands hasn't really been very weird to me. I mean, pre-race, certainly things are quiet. But once the race starts, I feel like things are very normal and you really don't even notice it. But then post-race, nobody being there. And after a race win, I feel like people either, feed off the cheers or feed off the boos. Either way, if somebody's making noise, that's better than not. So I think that it was a little odd. I don't know that it took away from it. I mean, a win's still a win to me, but it was definitely a little awkward for sure getting out, nobody being there.
All right. And next one, this is Jack from Florida. The text, if you were not a stock car racer, what would your second career choice be? Hooters girl, right?
Yeah, Hooters girl. Maybe in Vegas. Would you hire me?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I like flying and aviation. I have a lot of family that's involved in aviation. Our pilots been in the airlines for a long time. So my dad flies, and I enjoy it too. So I would probably go down that road in some way, shape, or form.
That's great. Hey, speed, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. And this next one is from John. It says, do you go to the pool room in Dawsonville after you win, or where do you celebrate?
Typically when I get home, the pool room's closed. So negative on that one. So I typically just go home. I might have some friends over, have a couple brews or something. Maybe dive into the Hooters spirits, if it's a really, really big win. But I think for the most part, I'm a kind of a homebody, so I like to go home when I can and enjoy my time there. And if anybody cares enough to come hang out and celebrate with me, great. And if not, I'll probably enjoy my night too. So hopefully we'll have fun either way.
Wonderful. And we got another question. This is from Bud in Florida. And other than your dad, who was the driver that gave you the most inspiration to push you to become the awesome driver that you have become?
That's a good question. I feel like there's been a lot of people over the years, and I think that changes, as time has gone on or as you grow up. I mean, obviously, Dad was the reason I wanted to start racing, but I love pulling for Tony Stewart. When Casey Kane took over for Dad there in the early 2000s, I, always looked up to Casey. And have looked up to Jimmy for a long time too. Kind of cool to become teammates with both of them down the road. That was pretty neat, to have two guys I really looked up to became my teammates on down the line. But I would say, all of them I feel like contributed in some way, shape, or form as time went on.
Wonderful. And then, what are your 3 favorite tracks?
To be honest with you, I really don't pick favorites. I enjoy going to certain places. I think that, like if I was going to tell somebody to where a good race might be, I would say, hey, I'd probably tell you to go to Bristol and go to Talladega and then maybe go to Darlington. But from my perspective, it's all about performance, and a day can be super fun if you do good, and it can also not be fun if you don't do good. And it really doesn't matter how much I like or dislike the track. If we struggle, I'm probably not going to like it much that day. So I'm performance driven on the favorite list.
Gotcha. That's fair. And then how did it feel to beat Kyle Busch in the truck race and win that bounty?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a good opportunity, and I appreciate all the people that kind of made that happen. That was there was a lot of levels to that and making it work, and glad that we had the chance to do it, number one, but just enjoyed it. It was a fun challenge. I think anytime you can race against Kyle, he's obviously really good, and he's going to make you better racing in these events. So and you're racing more, which I like, and I've enjoyed running these truck races. So I'm looking forward to trying to do some more on down the road.
Wonderful. Well, I mean, building on that, how have you been liking racing multiple times in a week for the past couple of months? Has it been just...
It's been good. I enjoy it. I would much rather go and race more and practice less than to spend, 3 days at the racetrack for a 4-hour event on Sunday. I just think that we have been, under not the best circumstances, but I think we've really learned a lot about our sport and how much we can race and how much more efficient we can make these race weekends and put on the same show as we would have if we had been here for 3 days. So I think I think it's been really good, and I've enjoyed it. I really hope that on down the road we can learn from this and implement some of these ideas to a regular schedule is my hope. Hopefully that works out.
Oh yeah, race fans would love that. That'd be awesome. And so since you have been racing more, and it's been very go and filling up a lot of racing in the week, how is it driving for Hendrick Motorsports right now as opposed to last season? Is your relationship with your teammates stronger as a result?
I think so. I don't know that our relationships have really changed, but I do think as a company we've been working really well together. I think a lot of the different departments at the shop over the winter did a really nice job and just trying to maximize all the areas. So we just have to make sure as a company we continue to push. I mean, we've had some good runs. We're still very early in the year. I mean, we've only run 10 races or so. So now's not the time to peak by any means. You want to be good all year long, but you definitely want to be good here in the fall. So hopefully we can just stay pushing and not get content right now.
That's great. Well, y'all have been doing great so far, and I know everybody's super excited to see what Hendrick Motorsports has in the race today and for the rest of the season. So that's all the questions that we have for today. Thank you so much, and good luck at the race today. I know you're going to do great.
Yeah, appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Excited to get the Night Owl scheme on track. I think it looks great. So looking forward to it. Tune in this afternoon, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for you. So thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting Hooters.
Wonderful. Thanks, Chase. Okay, as a huge NASCAR fan, I have to say that was the coolest thing ever. Thank you so much to everybody who joined in, and a special thank you to everybody who submitted questions. Now, we are nearing the start of the Dixie Vodka 400. However, there is one more thing just before we start the race. I've got the perfect cocktail that one of my friends from Hooters is going to make for you guys today. It is called the Speedway cocktail. It is very delicious. Brianna, take it away.
Hi guys, my name's Brianna. I'm your 2019 Miss Hooters International, and I'm here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and I'm going to be showing you how to make the Speedway cocktail with our Dixie Southern Vodka. So it's going to be 2 ounces of your Dixie Southern Vodka. Oh yeah. 1 ounce of your cranberry juice. 2 ounces of your lemonade. You can get it anywhere, local grocery store, freshly squeezed, homemade, however you like it. Then you're gonna add 2 orange wedges. And if you want, you could even muddle them, give them a little extra flavor. Stir up your drink. Oh, but wait, you can't forget our secret ingredient, Sprite. And then we're gonna add a little garnish on top, which is of course a lemon, because they look amazing. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank y'all for joining us today. Soon, the national anthem will play, engines will fire, and the green flag will drop. We appreciate you hanging out with us during these unique times. While we've done our best to get you ready for the race in this virtual world, what we're really looking forward to seeing is you at the track just as soon as we get back. So now, make sure you have your TVs tuned to your local Fox channel. You have your race gear on and your Speedway cocktail handy. As we get ready to take the green flag, please take a moment to join me as we raise a glass to going fast. Snap a pic of your toast and tag us on social media at hashtag Dixie Vodka 400 VIP. We're gonna go quiet for a bit as we'll be watching the race too, but we will be back with some trivia questions throughout the race. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the Dixie Vodka 400. Jenna, representing Hendrick Motorsports sponsorship and marketing team. Jenna will provide insight and tips throughout the race. And don't forget to snap a pic of your race day setup and tag us at hashtag Dixie Vodka 400 VIP to see your posts as a part of our event. And you may have noticed in the chat you cannot type your questions. So please use hashtag Dixie Vodka 400 VIP to send us your questions now. Enjoy the race, and we'll be back soon.